Yeah, I would like to do this quick video in response to what we have witnessed in the last few days in our country, and hope that it can be an awakening to the security forces and the people concerned about the national security, headed by the president. Now, on the 3rd of January, the president extended the curfew for 60 days. And at the same time also banned public gatherings of more than 100 people. Now, in total disregard of this, we witnessed people in government, people outside government, notables, still conducting public rallies in a way that we did not expect. So when a head of state says something and we see some close confidants, his deputy president, his deputy, or even the opposition leader who is actually working closely with the president now, they are disregarding that kind of directive of the president. What does that tell the country? So we have a curfew and we also have a directive to ban public gatherings for 60 days, but some notables are still doing that. So I'm trying to say that this is a very bad sign that the president has actually lost grip of the country. And if he's not careful, we are not going to have a country called Kenya if this is the kind of things which are going to continue. For example, on the 13th, we saw former Prime Minister Raila Odinga visit Burma Market. And we also saw him accompanied by Maina Commander. They were heckled, they were jeered, they were booed with the Tanga Tanga supporters, showing them a wheelbarrow and all that. Later, we saw some youth show up at the UDA offices demanding for payment, whether they were sent there to do the job to be paid, or it was just a counter narrative that they were sent, or these are guys who were just hired to go and make noise and demand for payment. We are not sure what happened. This is politics. We accept that. But now it is getting chaotic. Yesterday, I think yesterday or the day before yesterday, Raila was in Githurai. He was also booed and jeered and, almost humiliated by some section of people who seem to have been directed to do the same. Now today, the deputy president visited Burma with some Nairobi leaders. They were literally chased away with people throwing projectiles, people singing, of course, Nobody Can Stop Reggae, which is a BBI tune. Now the question is, if now it has been escalating like this, first it was just a booing and jeering at Burma Market, followed by another booing and jeering at Githurai. Now this time around is just people throwing stones literally to people who are in office, like the deputy president. People throwing stones at you. They don't want you. Hatutaki Ruto, tunataka BBI. That's what they were saying. Now, what we are losing here, we are losing a moment. They've called it a constitutional moment, which is just actually made up. Those of us who don't support the BBI do not mean that we are supporting William Ruto. We are simply saying that we don't like the document because we don't like the content or most of the content inside. And when we say this, we agree with Ruto on some things that he has proposed. We also agree on some things which are in the BBI. But the only problem is that they're presenting BBI and saying that it is going to be a no or yes. So it's not going to be a place bite, which is a more of a referendum that presents some multiple choices. Now, that put aside, it is now quickly appearing that these BBI and anti-BBI rallies are just a pure gimmick and posturing, which is actually having something under the carpet. They're trying to use it as a ploy, but they're just advancing their 2022 campaigns. That's what actually it's appearing like. Now, if the president of the country is really at work, he must be briefed by the security agencies and the NIS, the National Intelligence Service, of what is going on. Because when these youths are being, organized to go disrupt these kind of meetings or throw stones or boo or whatever, their government is aware. The way our brothers and sisters, especially our brothers who are also border operators, whom we respect a lot, the way they are being now misused and misguided to cause mayhem whenever there's an accident is also a matter of national security concern. So I'm just calling on the president, the Minister for Internal Security and the Coordination of National Government, Dr. Freddy Matiang'i. You guys need to step up a little bit. You're doing a good job, but you need to step up a little bit. Things are going south. And if we are not careful, this is a prelude. This is a precursor to a lot of turmoil ahead of us. We have almost more than a year. It's next year, but it's going to be next year, August. So we have more than 15 months to the election. But if we continue allowing this kind of prelude to continue, then the risk is we're going to have a serious problem as a country. It would have been, understandable if we were to refer to these constituencies or counties that have by-elections going on. For example, Machakos as a by-election coming on for the lost senator. So there are campaigns there. When you look at Matungu, Kapchai, they have by-elections coming up. If the political activities were just contained within those regions, then we would understand that these are political activities, campaigns for the sake of doing an election. But charging youths in Nairobi, taking advantage of their situations, giving them something, money, or even giving them liquor to go and disrupt meetings of other leaders, whether you like them or you don't like them, should not cause amusement to us as Kenyan and as a youth. We should not be amused that Raila was recalled. We should not be amused that Ruto was thrown stones at. These are precursors to turmoils to come. So I'm calling on the security agencies, I'm calling on the president to call a meeting with all these people, the former prime minister, the deputy president, and discuss on this, because it will affect all sectors of the economy and all of their supporters if we go into a turmoil. We need to tone down and give space for something to be done, at least some work to be done. It seems like we actually have attained the curve on the COVID. The vaccines are just around the corner. We need just to work together and pull forward to better the economy, especially now that we entered the recession and now that things are getting better this year, so that by the end of the year we have something to show. The president is losing grip. This issue of Mount Kenya politics, which is permeating now the national politics, which is preoccupying the president. The deputy president is preoccupied with the 2022 election. Raila Odinga is coming back for 2022, which is, of course, around the corner. But honestly, this is not the best time to allow this to supersede the national nation building and national reconstruction after the COVID pandemic. And more so when it is now causing mayhem and it threatening to create problems in the country. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you very much for watching, and we love our country, Kenya. God bless Kenya.